So some of you may or may not know the book Anne of Green Gables, which then turned into a series. So we're going into where the museum is, but in the series it played a different role. And it was actually the uncle's place. Now, I've never even seen an episode of Anne of Green Gables, but I did do a little research. So it's a museum and a store. For those of actually watched the series, Anne of Green Gables, this would look, and I'm just assuming that over there, that's the gift shop and stuff, so that wouldn't have been here during the series. I'm sure I will find more information. So I was just talking to a gentleman here. It's supposed to rain real bad tonight, so he's gonna put that carriage into storage. But he's saying the grandchildren now own this property, which is pretty cool. So he's saying that this place is still extremely popular. And I just asked him, I said, it's been so long. He goes, oh no, he says, some days they have 6 to 7 bus loads. And he says, it was extremely popular in Japan. And I said, well, why was that? He said, because young girls were watching this redhead. Now, again, I've never even seen an episode. So whoever's watched this episode, you guys will know what I'm talking about. She was kind of, she wasn't carbon copied, I guess. She did her own thing. Well, the Japanese girls watched us going, hey, because the Japanese are more regimented. And all of a sudden it became very popular to see this girl that was so different. And I guess he says there's just busloads and busloads of Japanese tourists come out here. So there's a bridge right here. And now they just put a causeway across there. So it really screwed up this body of water. But back in the day, they even had this writing no longer is on this barn here. I just noticed walking down the hill here. It's no longer there, but, and then when I was talking about the Japanese, look at this. They even have it in Japanese down here. So you guys can actually just take a quick pause of that and go ahead and read up on it. So this looks like it used to be the front porch, and now just it's like a small gift shop. So we're in the house right now.
Thank you very much. Bye.
I'm in the reflection. So she's the one that wrote the novel.
Yes.
What year?
It's 1908.
So this was the guest room. They're saying that this is still all the original furniture that were in the house. And they say that organ is still played today. When she stayed here, this was actually her bedroom. Are you just downright sick of your lazy, no good for nothing relatives that just show up at your house and all of a sudden you gotta cook breakfast for them? Well, fear not. Just reach into your freezer and pull out beautiful, wholesome, and very delicious potato patties from Cavendish Farms. That's right, Cavendish Farms, your neighborhood neighbors. No, anyways, no, I'm not sponsored. But about 2 videos ago, I guess, I cooked some breakfast, and then somebody commented, "What's at the opposite end of your plate from the bacon?" Well, you know, in McDonald's, you get the potato patty with your, I don't know if they're called potato patties. I call them potato patties. With your breakfast. Well, these are the same thing. So they're just a potato patty, and Cavendish Farms, and they're huge. I mean, the video there doesn't even describe how many farms they have. But yeah, so for that person that asked what it were, that's all these things are. And I got them at Walmart, I think, for a pack of these. I think it was like $10 or something like that. So sometimes it's just easier first thing in the morning just to throw one of these on the fryer, or like not in the fryer, but on the barbecue or even on the grill. And yeah, so I like them. So now back to your regular scheduled program. So I was just listening to the news right now, and they're saying both ferries going from PEI to New Brunswick are down for repairs. So the only thing that you can use right now is a Confederation Bridge, is what I came across on. But they're also doing a study, like in Baltimore, when that ship hit the bridge, they're saying, okay, what happens if something happens to the bridge? There's now no longer any way to get on or off the island. So anyways, I don't know I just heard it on the CBC News right now, so whether or not they're going to look into something else or get a new ship or do something, I don't know. And so I might be taking the Confederation Bridge to get off the island right now because both ferries are down. So this is Prim Lighthouse. It's the oldest lighthouse on the island. It is just over 60 feet tall. It is made out of brick. Hi, how are you?
Good, thank you. How are you?
Good. All right, thank you.
All right. Enjoy.
Thanks. Look at how these stairs, the treads have been worn. So supposedly for erosion, they built this concrete wall around here and it failed. So they ended up having to come in and remove the wall. So that would have cost some. Oh man, cool. Coolio, coolio. So they say the lighthouse is 60 feet tall. Caution. Wonder what that would have been used for. There's a lady down there, so I'll have to ask. So this is the oldest lighthouse on PEI. And I think there's only 3 brick lighthouses in all of Canada, and this is one of them. So I think that's what the lady said. Again, because these steps are very steep. We have to go down backwards. I wonder how many old blue hairs fall down these steps every year. So this is what remains of the Fort Amherst, and basically the only battle to ever be held here on Prince Edward Island. I didn't actually see a picture of what this would have looked like back in the day, but there's pictures of them excavating and researching it. I bet you the view from here was a little bit different in 1758. So I just noticed something here. Here's that's the fort there. See right there? That's what I was referring to on that other video about range finders. You can see it's kind of looks like a lighthouse, but it's actually the light is on constantly. And if we come down here, just past those trees, you'll see the other one. So what they'll do is, like I said before, and I smell a skunk. I don't see a skunk, but I smell a skunk. So what the ships will do is they'll line those two up, and then they'll know they can just have safe travels through the channel here. Sorry, there's a shadow, guys. So they're saying the Acadian family homestead, and in 1720, the depression visible from here marks the location of the homestead, and they did a excavation and found stuff, but I'm not sure. I'm assuming this is what they're talking about right here, or possibly right there. It looks like it's depression. You'd think they'd actually do a better job. National Historic Site, you'd almost think they'd do a better job of keeping it cleaned up and marking the corners of the homestead rather than overgrown like this, because I'm just guessing where it is. But there's a depression right there. I can see it. You probably won't be able to tell on camera, but right in this area here. So this is obviously where the homestead was. You would, like I said before, though, like if they're going to excavate and do a job like that at the very end, why wouldn't they keep it to a point where you can actually see anything other than just a hole in the ground? Yeah, you can definitely tell this was dug down. So this is where their homestead was. Well, still pretty cool. Like, they cut the grass around here, the bench, but the homestead's right there and you can't tell. Doesn't make a whole lot of sense to me, people, but that's just me. Like, I mean, there's a picture when they excavated the area. So, I mean, you see the rock foundation and everything. Why wouldn't they keep it up? Is it me? Does anybody else think the same thing? I don't know. You can see that light's on up there, so we can't see the other one. Oh, yes, we can. Can you guys see that? Right there. So from the water, they would line these two lights up, and that's where they'd actually know where to come in. I didn't realize they had a Tim Hortons back then. Some of you guys are going to know the story behind this, and others will not. I'll be honest, I do not. Obviously, I've heard of it, but I'm not an expert. But I just can't believe how a novel has turned into such a tourist attraction. Like, there's got to be, I just saw 2 coach buses just leave now, and I see 1, 2, 3 buses, big buses sitting up there, and this parking lot is full. And it's getting to be off season. It's October. I would just hate to see what this place looks like in the summertime. Look at the visitor center they built. Holy moly. Oh, that's just absolutely cuckoo. Yeah, so this place is obviously not going anywhere anytime soon. So we got a freaking visitor center. Now I'm going to tell you a little bit once I get in here about 2017. Okay, this is the picture of the grounds, and there's the house there. Now I'm going to let you guys know something here. In 2017, I came in the very 1st of May, so this was closed. So those barriers up by the road here where we just came in. So I actually went through the bush over here and went across the golf course and snuck in. This was not here. I just asked the guy, because I said to him, I says, how long has this been here? He goes, 2019. And I said, okay, that makes sense. Because I did tell him. And then they were redoing this. This was getting built, redone. So I actually went through here and I looked in the windows and I set off some alarms because I can see here inside the house the alarms going off. So I only stuck around for a little bit, and this is before I had a YouTube channel or anything, but I know I got pictures somewhere of when I showed up here. But anyways, I didn't get a map. I would see if we could get a map. Yeah, okay, so look how cuckoo this is right now. But like I said, when I showed up here in 2017, this was being built. And that wasn't even started until 2018. So I remember when I was in 2017, I went up to these windows and I set off these alarms going off inside the house. Hello. So this time I'm legit. I'm allowed to be here. I just told the guy outside there that's standing there the story about 2017 and he laughed. So again, a lot of you guys want to know about this. I know nothing. Yeah, see the motion up there in the top corner? I said I got to do something. Yeah, I have to now. See, like I have no idea whose room this is.
Oh my God. No, I don't think she ever lived here. This is just like the inspiration behind it.
Oh, I see. So there was never a series or no?
No. It was
So why is it so?
I think it's the inspiration behind the books that she
Really?
wrote. Yeah, and so they made this into a whole tourist location. It's Anna
Lucky-
Green Gables, so
lucky-
this is Green Gables.
Lucky for the house, because it probably, if any other time, it probably would have been knocked down.
Of course, yes.
This is like the colour that Neptune are just doing.
You're on display, are you?
It'd be the first.
Not a mugshot, was it? No.
Oh, I forgot about that.
X-Nay on the mugshot. Oh, that's the exit. Which? Interesting. These are locked. Come on, people. Come on. Come on. Get moving. Get moving. There we go. But isn't that interesting? I actually made it legit inside. That looks like a cover for the well. So there you can see the house there, and this is where I came across. these two little Asian women back there, I should have been recording it as they were walking. You know, they're obviously going to be slower than me. That's them behind me. Anyways, they're going like a zigzag as they're walking down the trail, and I almost ran right over top of one of them. So I giggled. I said, "You don't want me to pass?" And I scared the living bejeebus out of her. Yeah, and so there's another path that goes up to the golf course. So I have no idea where this goes. It's Lover's Lane, guys. Somebody knows about this path. Supposedly, and this is just overhearing the one guy say, he was talking to somebody else, that during the movie, they did some shots down here. They couldn't do any shots in the house because it's a heritage place. And I guess it's pretty cool that that house was an inspiration for her book. And I just cannot believe how it's turned into a tourist attraction. But thank God for that, because if it wasn't, that old house would have been like, just probably like every other old house out here. It would have been just flattened. There's a golf course on both sides of it. And it says, now, was there any filming done off this bridge? Possibly. It says, do not go up there, no enter. I don't know, is there a loop, or do we got to come back the same way? I was talking to my sister yesterday, and I did download off Netflix, I believe it was 2017 maybe. They did 3 seasons of Anne of Green Gables, and so I downloaded just to watch them, so I'd possibly have some history or some knowledge to this. Now, she did write, obviously she wrote the book. Then they made a movie, and then a TV series. I have no idea how far this goes. Golf course. See, you can see the people walking. So it is a loop. It was really busy at the start of the trail. I'm just kind of wondering if a lot of people just, it seems like an older crowd here. I'm just wondering if they just turned around and walked back. Because I haven't seen anybody in the last probably 10 minutes of walking this trail. So I'm assuming right here it says, "My dear Mr. M, September 16th, 1906. I'm assuming this is one of her books, and that's just a quote out of one of her books. So, never assume. It makes an ass out of you and me. Okay, so I just went past the staircase, and that's why they said do not come up this way, because it's a loop. It's incredible to think year after year how many people this place brings in. It's incredible for something that happened so long ago, like a book. 2 axles, $50. Each additional axle is $8.50. Basically, I'm going to be paying about 75 bucks. So I wonder what the highest point is off the water here, but I got some pretty sad news here. So I came across, I don't know, a week and a half ago, and when I was at the Anne of Green Gables site there was an old gentleman sitting outside, and I was talking to him for a little bit, and he says, we were talking about the ferries. He goes, well, the bridge is closed right now for a little bit. And I said, why? He said, they found a white SUV just off to the side here. Whereabouts, I don't know. But there was somebody behind that witnessed, said the man got out, walked around the front of his vehicle, jumped up on the barrier there, and leaped. And so, I mean, that's pretty sad. We're pretty high off the water here. But I'm only assuming he would have jumped off the highest point, so that's right about here somewhere. They had a lot of boats out there looking for him. So far, and this is from the same gentleman, said this is the 3rd suicide off this bridge since it's been opened. So since '97, but that happened just between, like, basically it happened 4 or 5 days ago, which is pretty sad. So yeah, just gotta kind of wonder what goes on in your life to make you even think about doing something like that. And you can just tell by the traffic. There's like, it's not like you can pull off to the side and have a cup of coffee. I mean, it's just basically enough for 2 lanes, and that's it. So he just basically stopped traffic, got out, leaped over the concrete barrier. Sad. Well, guys, back in New Brunswick. So I think that's going to be good for this video, guys. And as always, be good, be kind, be careful. We'll see you down the road. Bye-bye.
I think it's time for me to go. Burn all bridges, all I know. I got lost along the way.